Casey Neistat's documentary exposes David Dobrik's acts. David Dobrik is a well-known YouTube and social media personality who has faced controversies in the past. Despite this, he has managed to maintain a presence on these platforms. With a documentary about him now available, many of his fans and former followers are curious about what it covers. The documentary about David Dobrik was done by Casey Neistat and has received generally positive reviews. It provided a look into his life as a vlogger and the leader of YouTube's vlog squad, including incidents that have caused controversy. The documentary examined both the positive aspects of David's career as an influencer, prankster, and content creator, as well as the mistakes he has made and how he has managed to recover from them. David explained to Neistat how he came up with concepts for his vlog, saying, "There's 3 different things that make up a vlog. It's like interesting things, cool visuals, and funny stuff. And this is not funny unless someone gets hurt." As David's fame and the audience grew, his stunts and pranks became increasingly elaborate. It resulted in injuries and backlash from audiences who did not find them amusing. Neistat began filming a documentary called Under the Influence in 2019 to document David's rise as a creator, particularly focusing on his success as one of the most viewed creators on the platform at just 22 years old. The documentary followed David as he moves into luxurious homes, performs for large crowds, and casually gives extravagant gifts to friends, showcasing the excesses of his lifestyle. David's content heavily relies on the participation and willingness of the vlog squad. Safety and consent appear to be secondary considerations if they were considered at all. In the documentary, Dobrik stated that a vlog he was filming was not funny unless someone gets hurt. Now, the documentary Under the Influence tells a story different from the one that Neistat originally set out to document. He discarded 2 years of post-production work once the subject of the film, David Dobrik, became a highly controversial figure and persona non grata online. In an interview, Neistat said, "I definitely started the process of making this movie in good faith. I think it was undeniable, David's phenomenon. That's not to praise the content he was making itself, but certainly the phenomenon that was David was something absolutely extraordinary. It was clear that his content, I think to say it generously, was walking a very fine line even back then." At the time of Neistat's visit, David was at the height of his fame, filming prank videos with celebrities such as Kylie Jenner and Justin Bieber, and making appearances on late-night talk shows. However, his success was based on the fact that he was able to get away with many dangerous stunts. Eventually, Dobrik went too far, leading to his downfall. Within 2 years, while Neistat was still documenting, David became embroiled in 2 significant scandals. In March 2021, Insider reported that a woman who appeared in one of his videos claimed that she had been sexually assaulted by a member of the vlog squad during the filming of a video about group sex. As a result of the scandal, David lost sponsorships from brands such as HelloFresh, SeatGeek, EA Sports, and DoorDash. His videos on YouTube were also demonetized. He also resigned from Dispo, a venture-funded social photo sharing app that he co-founded. Early investors of the app, including Spark Capital, 776, and Unshackled, committed to donating any potential profits from their investment to organizations that support survivors of sexual assault. However, during this time, David was hiding another secret. A year before, a dangerous stunt had gone awry, resulting in a near-death experience for his friend and collaborator Jeff Wittick. David's stunts were always risky and dangerous. When Neistat visited his mansion in 2019, Dobrik greeted him at the door with a flamethrower, which he handled carelessly as if it were a toy. Neistat said in an interview, "There was never a naivete on my part, even in my relationship with David, that everything was perfect. Part of my interest in telling the story was to try to reveal how this is done and how he tried to get away with what he was getting away with." However, documenting the highs and lows of David's often risky and dangerous stunts could be considered sensationalism in itself. Early on in the documentary, Jonah, whose real name is Nick Antonian, who is referred to as Jonah in the vlogs because of his resemblance to Jonah Hill, drove a motorcycle over a ramp and into a pool. As a result, he punctured a hole in his stomach. One member of the vlog squad said, "Let's get Jonah to the hospital, and David, let's get this footage into editing." Although Jonah was fine after going to the emergency room, this close call did not serve as a warning for David, who continued to pursue increasingly dangerous stunts regardless of the potential risks to his friends and collaborators. Neistat revealed something that made fans wonder about his treatment of the members of the vlog squad, saying, "I remember very clearly one of the first questions I asked David was, 'These people that we've seen in your videos, are they your friends or your co-workers?' And his response, that's included in the movie, is he hesitates. It caught me off guard because I expected him to be almost offended by that question. David's financial success allowed him to acquire flamethrowers, motorcycles, jet skis, and heavy machinery for increasingly dangerous stunts. However, unlike in Hollywood, where stunts on set are heavily regulated, Dobrik was not required to hire safety professionals and, as a result, did not. While accidents do occur in Hollywood, on YouTube it's not possible for the platform to regulate what happens during filming, even if they wanted to. YouTube has a rule against dangerous or threatening pranks, but it's mainly enforced to prevent people from participating in potentially deadly viral challenges. When YouTube added this rule in 2019, it specifically targeted trends such as eating Tide Pods or attempting to set oneself on fire. Despite the fact that David's pranks could cause serious injury, his videos were not removed from YouTube. This constant pursuit of sensationalism and fame was where David seemed to thrive. The more extreme and wild the stunts, the more views they would get. This is a pattern that many YouTubers have followed, but it never ended well. Kat Tenbarge revealed her unfortunate experience of sexual exploitation by a Vlog Squad member. In her article, she shared what had happened to her. It turned out that David's squad was not at all fun to be a part of. It could be messy and traumatizing. Kat said in her article, "Are these people sort of being coerced into doing this because of the platform it gives them and the money it gives them? It's only when you think about how that power dynamic is actually affecting those people's decision-making that you can begin to see it as something that's more exploitative." As a result of the sexual assault allegations, YouTube demonetized David's channels. David mentioned on his podcast that he was still not earning money from his YouTube videos. In a documentary, Neistat asked David, "There's something gross about a guy using his social media platform and his influence to attract young women, and then you make a video out of it. Did any of that occur to you as wrong or inappropriate?" David answered saying, "At that time, there was no such thing as a power dynamic to me. I didn't see that as anything weird. Looking back at it now, it's really gross." It looked like he admitted that he was unaware of his influence as a famous social media personality among people who interacted with him. He never considered that the people around him would obey him because many of them depended on him to earn money. But when Jeff Wittick revealed a shocking truth about David, many fans slowly lost interest in him. Jeff shared in his own YouTube documentary that the year before, David had swung him around an excavator without taking proper safety precautions. Operating this type of construction equipment requires a license, which David did not have, and the stunt was not supervised by any safety professionals. With a lack of safety measures, David lost control of the excavator, and as portrayed by Neistat in a graphic scene, Wittick collided with the side of the crane, causing severe injuries to his face. Since then, Jeff has undergone multiple eye surgeries and severed ties with David. Jeff made a podcast episode titled Dear David, in which he explains the reason for the end of his friendship with the person who helped make him famous. He said, "I'll have lifelong brain injuries, and I saved him from effing everything. He could have got deported. He could have got put in jail for manslaughter. He could have got sued for everything. I took it on the chin, and then to see the documentary that just made me completely lose all respect for this guy and lose all hope he could ever turn around and become a better person." But it looked like David put entirely the blame on Jeff for why the accident happened. He told Neistat, "Jeff, for some reason, thought that I wasn't getting the shot. So Jeff was like, let's do something more exciting, and I'm always down for more exciting. If someone brings up an idea of doing something cooler, I'm always down for that." When Neistat asked David if Kat's article about him and his squad was fair, he said, "No, this article was written because this place wanted clicks. I don't want to respond to it because I don't want to feed the fire of just gossip and hate and drama. I've always wanted to be a person that when you see me, you're just like laughing or smiling or you're pumped to have me around. Now I'm stained forever with something that I don't necessarily think I should be stained with." David's professional life had experienced a significant setback, yet he continued to upload content on YouTube, where he still maintains 8.3 million followers. He had a new Discovery series called Discovering David Dobrik, in which he explored the world with his friends. This show was announced and produced after the emergence of the scandals. It's not surprising that many successful YouTubers like David, Jimmy Donaldson, and Paul Logan followed a similar pattern. They worked to create more captivating videos over time, but eventually there seemed to be only two options. Either they became exhausted or made a significant mistake that affected their career before they took a break to slow down. Neistat shared his opinion about this, saying, "I think that there's always a pursuit. It's relevant for a musician. How do you keep your music interesting? But what makes individuals like David Dobrik different is that their pursuit is not coming out with the next song or making the next movie. Their pursuit is, how can I be more sensationalist? And that's a very, very, very dangerous pursuit, because the minute you achieve something that was crazier than the last, you then have to go past that. David's life on YouTube was something many people admired and aspired to, but behind closed doors, it was messed up. Could this be the result of his fame? What do you think of David and his videos? Did you enjoy them? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Stay tuned for more interesting videos. Are you not entertained? If you are, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.